Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Nice warm welcome here on this rainy day to our EVES auction room. We've got some wonderful properties on offer here for you this afternoon, 14 of them, and also certainly something here for everybody. My name's Grant Child. My role is to simply facilitate the proceedings at the start, and it's my pleasure to welcome everybody here. We'll move the slides on now to our introductory slide. We've also got Jordan Silverwright, my good friend, colleague and fellow auctioneer. I'll be presenting the first 7 properties, then I'll hand over to Jordan and he will present to you the final 7 properties. So you're in good hands here today, folks. Also, Robin's a little bit under the weather today, so I've got Gemma looking after all the technology as well. And these folks across the bottom of the screen are what I call our negotiation team. If your bidding doesn't take us to the reserve price, we'll simply pause the auction and we'll give you the opportunity to continue discussions with our sellers. We'll move on to the next property as the auctioneers, one of the team will step in. They will give you that opportunity to work with our owners today to reach agreement. We'll come back. We will confirm any amendments. The property will then be sold to the highest bidder. But be very, very aware, folks, if you don't reach agreement today and it comes back to us as the auctioneers and we formally close the auction, just remember anybody can come forward with an offer afterwards, and that does include those conditional buyers. There are a lot of them out there in the marketplace at the moment, not quite in the fortunate position as you, and able to bid in that cash unconditional basis here today. So give it your best shot here today, because there is a very, very strong chance that you will run the risk of being in what they call a multiple offer afterwards, because there is a lot of activity behind the scenes on our auction properties, but cash buyers you get first crack. Just turning our attention now to the documentation, obviously the buyers and sellers guide that's been out there in the marketplace for a long, long time. Copies are available in the stand outside of the auction room. You would have seen them all over the kitchen tables, etc., and the open homes during your inspections. You bid on the basis we've provided that document, so let's cut to the chase and go to the most important one, of course, and that is the one that's been circulated in draft form, as you'll see come up on the screen here in a moment. That's the contract of sale that we work to. By way of any bidding, we're going to assume that you've read, understood, accept that contract that we work to here today. Finalised copies are also available out there in the stand outside of the auction room. What you see up there on the screen in blue is basically a repeat of the conduct of auction that's set out on the front page. I'm not going to go through it in its entirety. You've had the opportunity to read and absorb that. But a couple of reminders. Firstly, your obligations, should the hammer fall in your favour today, only 2 things that we need to you prior to you commencing your celebrations. One is obviously to sign the contract, and the second one is to pay your deposit. Just 10% of the purchase price is all you need to pay today, folks. You can pay it online out there at reception. Of course, the balance is payable on settlement date. The only other thing I just want to remind you of, folks, is of course what we call vendor bidding. Some people still are a little bit nervous about vendor bidding. Absolutely nothing to be nervous about there. There's a bit of a myth out there that vendor bids are used to push the price up. What an absolute load of absolute nonsense. It's never been the case. Vendor bids are only used, or in fact in our case, we only use vendor bids if there's one person participating in the auction and we're too far away from where the vendors are happy to pause the auction and continue that negotiation process with you. Any vendor bids, folks, will be fully disclosed to you by, funnily enough, we'll use the term vendor bid. So simply, you can see that, folks, as a response from the seller. If we're using a vendor bid, the sellers are saying to you through us, thanks but no thanks, you will need to be above that if you wish to purchase our property. So simply a technique used to work alongside you, work with you, and get you onto that negotiating platform and see if we can help you buy the property here today. So without further ado, I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have today. Or you might be pondering a question, or take the opportunity of welcoming our viewers watching via the live stream as well. The auctions go out over the World Wide Web, so absolute transparency here today. So welcome those buyers watching via the live stream. No questions? Excellent. All right, 556 Fraser Street. Sally Blockley from our Lakes office was marketing that property. That was scheduled to be auctioned today, but again, a bit of a clear indication of a little bit of a surge, an upsurge in the marketplace. That property received a pre-auction offer. Vendors were acceptable to that offer. The property was sold prior to auction. So congratulations to those buyers, and Sally did a great job there as well. So moving on to number 8 Seaforth Grove. John Rose from our Cameron Road office been presenting this property here. A property certainly suitable for builders, painters, decorators, flippers, doer-uppers. You should all be looking at this, the amazing potential of this property here at number 8 Seaforth Grove. It is a freehold estate, 612 square metres of land is what you buy here today, folks. Freehold estate being the best class of ownership you can buy in New Zealand. All described in record or title SA 1226/56 in the South Auckland Registry Office. We do have authorised telephone bidding on this property, folks. And I just remind you of some additional clauses in the contract. Firstly, clause 23. That's what we call an executor's clause, just basically stipulation that clause 9.3, 9.31, 9.35, 9.37, 9.38 are all varied to the extent that the vendors are acting as executors. There will not have been an occupation of the property, so don't make any vendor warranties. And clause 24, the purchasers acknowledge you've received copies of the previous methamphetamine contamination reports recording the presence of methamphetamine within the property, which may or may not exceed the Ministry of Health threshold. Accordingly, in deciding to purchase the property, you are purchasing basically reliant on your own judgment in receipt of that report. So 20 working days, John, is still our settlement date for the property. Any changes to the settles list or anything?
No, we do have more conditional interest standing behind us. We do have conditional interest post-auction.
Okay, so there you go, folks. Total transparency here at the EVES auctions. If you don't buy today, confident that you will be in competition afterwards. So anything else to add there, John?
No, that's all.
Just commendations on a great job with that you've done with the property, presenting it to the marketplace. The open plan layout, capturing plenty of natural light. You will have all witnessed that when you went and viewed the property. You've got tons of evidence around of what this property could be transformed into, folks. So you do offers then a great option for you, as I already mentioned. You've got the separate conservatory that soaks up the afternoon sun. That provides an absolute perfect way to end the day. This property will make somebody a fantastic family home with a bit of tender loving care. It will be fantastic and a very popular location indeed, Seaforth Grove. Located in that peaceful cul-de-sac, there's ample off-street parking there, schools, parks, shops. Well, they're all nice and handy to Seaforth Grove. So, in your hands, buyers who'd like to set the bidding alight, the first one of the day. Who'd like to start?
$540,000.
$540,000. Starting at the back of the room there.
550.
550, did you say, or 60, sir? Just
50.
550 it is, and 60 over here on the right hand
65.
side. 65. 565. We'll sell to the highest bidder here today, folks. At the moment, it's the gentleman over here at $565,070, we say. At 570.75, do we say? 580, did you say there, sir? Thank you. Thanks for confirming that. That's why we've got the team here. 580, the money over here on the market, selling away to the highest bidder here now.
581.
581. Take your single all day long, sir. We're selling to the highest bidder. Any retort to that? 585. 586. 90. 90. On the nod there. At $590,000. Who rounds me to 600? Would be a good strategic move.
One.
That's okay, no problems. 591 it is. 591, 95. 96, shall we say? 595 it is. Selling away now, $595,000. Have I got your best there, sir? Just in case you're just on a bidding sabbatical there. 595 the money. In or out now at $595,000. Calling you once now for any advance on 595. Second time. Third.
600,000.
Beautiful. Loving your work there, sir. Just sitting in the background there. 605. You haven't shaken them yet. 605. The money over here on the right hand side. At 605. Your retort to that, sir. In or out. First call now at 605. It goes. Second. Last chance. Hammers up. Out it goes. Final call, it is going 606, 10. Beautiful. Loving your work there, sir, at 610. 11. Shaking head the wrong way, sir. It'll cost you more than the chiropractor to get it fixed. $610,000. Are we in or out? What about a lazy 500 there, sir, to have one more crack at the keys? At 610 it goes. First. Second.
500.
500. 610, 500. 11. And a half. 11 and a half. 12. 15, beautiful. Loving your work there, sir. $615,000 it goes. Have we got your absolute best up the back there, sir? Otherwise I'll sell down here at $615,000 for the one of a better bid. First, second, third, last opportunity. It goes, it goes. Sold to you, sir. Right there is the lesson on how to buy an EVES auction, folks. So in the meantime, we press on. Number 15, Lamia Grove. Danielle Hayes needing no introduction to the real estate market over there in Mount Maunganui. Now this property has been in the same family since new some 22 years ago. It's a timeless bag brick paradise home. It nestles perfectly in place there to raise an absolutely outstanding family lifestyle. Excuse me. Legal aspects of the property: a freehold estate, 725 square metres more or less, record of title say 64B, folio 205. Records all the legal aspects. Any changes, Danny? Very comprehensive chattels list. I mean, you'd expect it from a quality property like that. 3rd of October is still our settlement date. Good stuff. Now, just a quick amendment that was made to the chattels list, folks, is the Cody headboard on the wall is actually in the master bedroom, not the garage. Not quite sure how it made its way from the bedroom to the garage, but never mind. It's back in the bedroom now for you on 7th day. So, right, the newly laid carpet, that complements durable concrete flooring, the open plan, floor plan, well that just basks in absolute homely warmth here at Lamia Grove. You've got the French style tinted windows that inserts a sense of real classic vogue in this property here. It's aligned for the to allow the easy flow from the indoors to the out. It's angled and positioned beautifully to capture optimum sunshine. It really does deliver a congenial lifestyle for everybody. The growing clan and or midlife settlers, well, this really does tick the boxes for you and fits the bill. And being located between the surf of the Papamoa Beach and the turf of the Waitaha Reserve, that's got to be an absolute winner for a property of this nature here. In your hands, guys, who says go for this one? Who would you like to start your way? $850,000. We're underway there, sir, at $850,000. Happy to take a 20 rise from here. At 850, who rounds me to 870? Let's go there quickly now, folks. It's on the board here. Here it goes at 850. Looking for 870. Thank you. Welcome aboard there, ma'am. At 870 it is. At 90 here. At $890,000. Do we make it 910 in the back left-hand corner? On the nod, she says at 910, making it 30 there, sir. At $930,000, the strategic move group to go straight to 950 here. High bid over here at $930,000. Do we go 950 for you there, ma'am? Happy to take a 10 if it'll help you though. At $930,000, are you in or out? First call now at $930,000. Welcome you back in at any stage there. Pardon? 940 it is at 940. Do we make it 50, sir, or do you want to stay in the 20s and should we go straight to 60? 50. Okay, no problems at all at $950,000. Here on the right hand side at 950. Another 10, should we say there for you, ma'am? Let's go there quickly. First call now at 900. What about a lazy 5? At $950,000. It's over here. Got a 5? Beautiful. 955. 60. At $960,000, you need to bid right here, right now, ma'am. Otherwise, I'm going to sell the property over here at $960,000. We're on the market. It is selling away now at $960,000. Are we in or out? I'll take 2.5 if it'll help you. At $960. Are we in or out? What about that lazy single? Put it to good use now. $960 might be his limit. You're the only one that can test it. Once, twice. 61. 65 would be the strategic move there, sir. 961, the lead is over here in the left-hand corner. It's against you. You had the keys for a while. 2. 962. Making it 3, shall we? It's only $1,000. And it's only money. But it could be the best $1,000 you've invested in your life. To secure the property at number 15 Lamia Grove. Otherwise, I'm going to sell it over here at $962,000. I'll take a lazy 500 if you've got it folded in half in the bottom of the purse there, ma'am. Otherwise, I sell here, 962. First call now, are we in or out? Second time, Third,
75.
65. You got it?
975.
Pardon?
975.
975. Wow, even better. Way to make a stonking good bid there. Right at the 11th hour at 975. What about a single on top there, sir? Often when they come in with a late one like that, it's only a single one. It's one crack at it. You're the only one that contested, I can't. Absolutely sure, sir. At 975. Once, twice, last chance, it goes. Alright, moving right along, folks. 29 Hillsview Drive, Charlotte Gardner, another one of our salespeople needing no introduction out there in the real estate market, particularly down in this neck of the woods in Papamoa. The sensible configuration is just one of the many benefits of newly built homes, isn't it, Charlotte? You know, this one is it's really all about getting the balance right. And this one is, you know, if you put it on a pendulum at each side, it would be perfectly balanced, particularly for family lifestyle. It's a freehold property, 320 square metres of land, more or less. 866684 is the record of title number. That confirms all the legal aspects of the property. 20 working days, still our settlement date, Charlotte. And a bit of flexibility around that. Vendor warrants that they will sign any necessary documents required to the transfer of the Halo 10-year residential guarantee to the purchasers immediately following completion of settlement. Any costs involved with such transfer is to be at the purchaser's sole expense, though. Any other changes to the channels listed at all? That clause I've just read is a clause that's in the contract, so when you kind of sign the contract today, it's on that basis. So everything else in the legal aspects of the property, as you see there on the screen. Now the keen chef of the family, well, you're really going to appreciate the cohesion between the living area and the kitchen of this property, along with its absolute seamless link out to the alfresco dining area as well. You've got a combination of varying whites and warm greys. That provides a real harmonious and neutral backdrop that promises absolute effortless transition for decor and your family as well, creating that beautiful combination. You'll be able to forego the hard work on the side to this and slide into this property for an absolute laid-back lifestyle here and just absolute cool composure when you reside in this home at 29 Hillsview Drive. There's plenty to love here, and it gets even better given the absolute outstanding location. So, in your hands, guys, who says go for this one? You're doing well so far. Somebody start me away for this one. I suggest an $800,000 start. At $800,000, we're underway over here on the right-hand side now at $800,000 even. Happy to take a 20 rise from here. At $800,000, who joins us for this one now, folks? First call now at 800, chasing down a $20,000 rise. Second, third, last chance in or out. Happy to work alongside you then, ma'am, at 820, it's with me. At $820,000, 820 is a legal bid at this point in time at 820, making it 840, shall we? 840 it is, at $840,000 on the right-hand side here, at $840,000. The 20s are scaring you folks, happy to take a 10 at this juncture. First call now at 840. Pop a 10 on top. Second, last chance. Going to go once more on behalf of the seller, ma'am, at 850. Take it at 860, we'll give you the opportunity to keep talking with the seller. At 860 it is. At $860,000 over here. I'm obliged to call it 3 more times though. First call now for you to join us, folks, otherwise we pause and talk over here. Second time, last chance at 860, in or out. Trevor, bids over here at $860,000. Can you see if you can help the lady, please? Right, moving on to the next property for the afternoon, folks. Number 812 Paeroa Road. Debbie Bennett has been presenting this property here. That is absolutely a substantial property with the perfect blend of function and form. I reckon this is easier to describe in one word, Debbie, and that is stunning. Have a look at that on the screen there, folks. Just visualise yourself and visualise the wonderful lifestyle that you will be able to endure with residing in this property here. The legal aspects of it, a freehold estate, 7,682 square metres of land, more or less, is what's on offer for you. Confirmed in record of title SA 53B, folio 707. Now, as far as the channels are concerned, the gas hob is as is. Now, excluded from the sale are the sleep out, the outdoor heater and the sun porch, the containers on site, the garden ornaments and pot plants. Any other changes? No? Settlement date still 20th of January 2023? Yep. Plenty of lotto tickets to go between now and then, folks, to be able to purchase this property here. And of course, some additional clauses in the contract. I'll just confirm you're bidding on this basis. Clause 23, acknowledging that we've provided you with the LIM report dated the 1st of August 2022, and purchasers advised that standalone studio cottage is permitted as an implement shed, and that permit was dated the 30th of May 1982. Therefore, the purchaser acknowledges and accepts that notwithstanding the provisions in General Terms of Sale 9.35, vendor warranties and undertakings, General Terms of Sale Clause 11, claims for compensation and any other provisions contained in the contract, the vendor will not be liable for any matters arising with the packing shed conversion to a studio cottage. Clause 23B, purchasers advised that the existing driveway and main access to the property, which has been used by the current owners for more than 15 years, is not the legal access on the title, and you are to refer to the title for driveway easement information. Purchasers are advised to seek legal advice on that matter. Of course, as is standard with any auction, bidding at auction, you are deemed to have accepted the vendor's title as is. So, any other changes, Stevie? So we're good to go, folks. It is an excellent stylish home. It's got a unique design, it's got flair, it's got quality, and it has definitely got style. So if you're looking for an ideal relaxed family lifestyle, this one here really does tick the box. You've got that studio cottage that I've made mention of, but more importantly for you weekend tinkerers or those that have got lots of toys but like somewhere to be able to run away and hide away, you've got the 15 by 9 shed. That and the cottage, well, they're an absolute bonus. Do whatever you like with the cottage, but the 15 by 9 shed, well, what a man cave that is. Absolutely outstanding. Surrounding garden, well, that's an enchanting scene. If you've got the cleansing water from the gentle trickling fountain, that really does create a serene environment. Entertainers, you're just going to be in your absolute element with this property here. And, excuse me. And it's all located within a 5-minute drive to the newly developed Tauranga Business Centre and the Crossing Shopping Centre. So what more could you ask for? I don't think there's anything else you can add to this wonderful property there, Debbie. Now, I do understand we've got some buyers that are in a position to be able to bid in cash here today, so certainly a property worthy of the northern side of 2 million, folks. So I'd be happy to take an opening bid at any level on the northern side of 2 million. If you're in that position of cash, you get first crack at it here this afternoon. First call. Second, last chance for cash interest in or outs. Obviously no cash today. I'm going to close the auction formally, Debbie, hand it back to you, and you've got a little bit more work to do, but I'm sure those buyers that you've been working with are going to be delighted to hear that the property is still available for sale. Right, moving on to another prestigious property, folks, and that is the property at number 70 Waratah Street. Now, this property here, marketed by Sharon and Malcolm Blakey from our Cherrywood office here. What an absolute delight this would have been to. Now, this property here, folks, this property has never been on the market in over 40 years. First time for the market in over 40 years. That's since it was built. What does that tell you? That tells you it is amazing tenure, and it tells you it's an amazing property, and it tells you it is in an amazing location. So it really does tell a story all of its own. The legal aspects of the property: freehold estate, 789 square metres of freehold land is what you buy here, and the prestigious Matua location, all described in record of title, say 25B, folio 407. 10 working days from today's date is your settlement date, but a flexibility around that. Any changes to the chattel slips that have been circulated. No additions, deletions there. You've got the stunning character ceilings. You will have all witnessed that when you went and viewed the property. You get a glimpse of it there at the top of the screen. You've got those wonderful large living zones You've got those the sweeping inner harbour views and all-day sunshine. Well, you know, what more could you ask for in a property like this, because you really are onto a winner at number 70 Waratah Street. The property itself has got unlimited potential to renovate, decorate and add value to if you so wish, but still very comfortable to reside in its current state and its original state. So absolutely fantastic option here for you folks. It's the perfect spot for family and friends, barbecues, kids fun and playing in that sparkling pool that you see there on the screen at the bottom there. Ferguson Park at the water's edge, just a very short walk away from home, just minutes away from your home at 70 Waratah Street. Waratah Street is reputed to be one of the top streets. You can argue that and debate that all day long, but that's what we get told all the time. Waratah, what's the other one? Panorama Drive. The two of them there, they have been competing against each other in people's minds for many years in the past and will continue to do so for many years to come. So if you're talking about prime real estate, this has got to be one of them. So, in your hands, guys, we would like to start the auction right.
1.3.
I thought I heard you right. $1,300,000. Appreciate starting any auction, sir. Happy to work alongside you at that sort of level. At $1,300,000 at that sort of juncture. Quite happy to advance it to 1.4 on behalf of the owners now at $1,400,000. We'll take a 50 to keep you rolling those. Should we go 1,450?
1.45.
1,450 it is at $1,450,000. So make it 1.5 if you will. At $1,450,000 over here with my starter now at 1,450. First call now, somebody around me at 1.5. Second time, third. Last opportunity, 1.5. Thank you. 1.5 makes it 550 on your behalf there, sir. Just north to south, chin to chest. Quick as you can and be appreciated. At $1,500,000 here. At 1.5 seated in the front row here. We have another 50 on your behalf there, sir. First call. Second time, third, last opportunity. In or out? Yep. Happy to advance once on behalf of the seller, the inserts with me at 1,550. Take me to 1.6. You have the opportunity to pause and talk with our sellers at this point in time. $1,550,000. Be very clear, Ben will be just working you in the direction to keep the discussions going.
1.560.
Just change the 5 and 6 around. So 1.6, and we'll give you that opportunity to keep discussing with the seller. Too far away from my instructions at this point in time. Tell you what, I'm feeling in a really good mood. Won't make it 75 and I'll give you that chance. But there you're going to argue over $15,000 for a property like this in this location. Think about the 10, over 40 years. 75? Yep, thank you. I'll take your bid. Thank you. 1,575. 1,575. Every individual can bid on their own right here in the auction room. At $1,575,000. Happy wife, happy life. So don't forget that strategy. At $1,575,000, 25 cents. Take you to 1.6. Give you the opportunity. First, second, last chance in a row now. 1,575. Jordan bids down here at 1,575. Can you see if you can help us, please? Right, moving on to property number 6 for the afternoon, folks. 136A Eversham Road. Jeremy Cunningham from our Mount Maunganui office presenting this property here to the market. You've got the palisade cladding, you've got the fully fenced north-facing blank canvas. A real bonus for you in this particular location for this property, but lots of potential for you as well. It is a freehold estate, 433 square metres of land, more or less. Record of title SA 51B, folio 366. Confirms the legal aspects of it. Jeremy, any changes to the channels list?
No.
Settlement date still 20 working days from today's date.
Yes, sir.
And just a reminder, folks, the additional clause in the contract, the vendor or the purchaser agree that the value to be ascribed to the channels listed in Schedule 2 and the remaining channels and fixtures referred to in Appendix 1 shall, for the purposes of the agreement, be the values attributed to those items in Appendix 1. Full list of it with the values there being widely circulated for you. I'm not going to go through them in their entirety. Any questions regarding that? I think it would be. So, pressing on to the property itself, you've got the open plan interior. It's tidy as it is there, so you could put tenants straight in or move straight in yourself, but you've certainly got the scope there to enhance the property and add your own persona to it. a brilliant first home option. You've got the potential here, first home buyers, to move in, reside, and actually allow your money to grow. Investors, you can expect a return of somewhere in the vicinity of $625 to $675 per week. That was the rental appraisal that we had done from our property management division. So that's the expected return there for you. The property itself is well positioned to take advantage of all the local amenities, Bayfair, Bay Waves, schools, transport links, and of course the beach, all nice and handy to home here at 136A Eversham Road. In your hands, guys, I know Jeremy's got some people that are investigating as far as this property is concerned, so cash buyers, you get the first crack at it here today to work with our sellers. All you need to do is give me a start. I don't mind where it is, and we'll work alongside you from there. First call for a start. Second, last chance in or outs. Close the auction, Jeremy. Keep working with those people that you have been talking to and doing their investigations on it. It is a great option indeed. So if you're looking for something that represents value for money, then talk to Jeremy. He's certainly got that for you with this property. All right, last one that I'm going to present to you today here, folks, and get away and go out somewhere else. I've been doing it in front of you people all afternoon. Apologies for that, just on the tail end of the cold. Never fear, don't fear, folks. I did test, done all the appropriate tests and definitely testing negative. So, and then a couple of days back after being off, it didn't quite shaking it yet, but we're getting there. 21004 Papamoa Beach Road. Trevor standing in for Rachel Martin, who is also a little bit under the weather here today and unable to be with us here. Trevor, doesn't get much better than this, does it? You know, waking up in this property here, from your master bedroom there, you've got the ocean views, and then that leads to the full views in the kitchen and the living area. So an absolutely outstanding opportunity to wake up to those wonderful ocean views. The legal aspects of it across these freehold, record of title 22A folio 1403 confirms all the legal aspects of it. The pot plants, they do not stay with the property, folks. Well, the rest of the channels are as circulated there. 10 working days from today's date is your settlement date, bit of flexibility around that as well. And I'll just remind you, in clause 23, the parties acknowledge and agree that the vendor is selling and the purchaser is purchasing the premises on an as-is, whereas condition without recourse, representations or warranties of any kind, nature, or either expressed or implied. So an as-is, whereas situation there, folks, and it really is an option for you. Have a look at this slide coming up here on the screen there, that expansive deck. Well, that ensures that you will enjoy either shade or sun whilst taking in the great views of the beautiful Papamoa Beach as well. The opportunity here to retire the lawnmower and relax in your lounge chair and just sit back, relax in your lounge and listen to the waves lapping the beach. That gives you an indication on the proximity of this property and how close it is to Papamoa Beach, and of course getting there from your lounge chair onto the beach is pretty much effortless from this particular home here. It's elevated, it's set back off Papamoa Beach Road, so it's not a noisy situation at all, but really what does capture your attention of this property is that expansive view of the Papamoa Beach and of course extending into the beyond from there. So in your hands, guys, Papamoa Beach Road, 21004. Where do you say go for this one? First call for an opening bid, folks. Now you've got an opportunity here, I will tell you this, you've got an opportunity of buying on Papamoa Beach Road on the southern side of $1 million, and it's been a long, long time since we've been able to present that opportunity, Trevor. First call round for a start. Second, last chance in or outs. We're going to close the auction. I'm going to hand it back to you, Rachel, Trevor, to continue with the marketing. But we're actually going to price this property here today, folks. Now, if you are interested in looking for something on Papamoa Beach Road, I did say that you are not going to need $1 million. You can actually purchase this property today for $885,000. Now, I can't remember, Trevor, the last time we priced a property on Papamoa Beach Road at that sort of level, well south of the $1 million. $885,000, folks, is all you need to be able to buy this property. Not $880,000, you've got an extra $5,000 on top there. Apologies for the error, but it is on the market now for sale at $885,000. Auction is closed. That's here today. First call now, second, last chance somewhere else. Auction's closed. Hand it back to you, Malcolm. Sharon, a little bit more work to do on that one. Just put that offer on paper, then we'll keep working at it for you. In the meantime, the property is still available for sale. Talk to Sharon or Malcolm if you've got interest in it. Property, I'll now hand back over to
Well, ladies and gentlemen, absolute pleasure and privilege to continue on the great work that my colleague and fellow auctioneer Grant Child, National Auction Manager for the EVES brand, has done. We'll continue on lot 8 today, 78 Castlewold Drive. Barbara, David and Ross, you see them over here. The 18, you may also know them as, well, on an elevated and private home. The sun streams through from morning until late in the day. With spacious open plan living, this home is supremely comfortable and eminently livable. Legally described as a freehold estate, being 620 square metres more or less, record of title SA 56B, folio 387. Settlement is down for 15 December 2022, or a little flexibility in that as well, isn't there? Perfect. Just a couple of chattels, you'll see them up there. That's what you bid and buy alongside the home today. And well, any questions along the way, please let me know. But cash, unconditional buyers, that is what we are looking for. Now, with a trusty, low-maintenance brick and tile construction and a large backyard, this 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home offers family living with a little personality. For fans of the series location, you will appreciate what's on offer here at 78 Castlewold Drive. Dual college zoned, as well as walking proximity to Bethlehem College, right on public transport routes, easy access to the shops, medical facilities, reserves, walkways, arterial routes, the list goes on. Location, elevation, privacy, sunshine, space, durable construction, and of course that personality we mentioned, and it's all been packaged up nicely here at 78 Castlewold Drive. Bidders and buyers, this is your opportunity to tell us what you'd like to pay for it. Cash, unconditional buyers. Open the floor up to you now. Start your way, if you will, looking for an opening offer. Opening offer here at 78 Castlewold. First time I call it then, second opportunity. Quiet on the floor, and I call it third time looking for an opening bid. Okay, doesn't matter, we've got cash in the room, so we'll pass it in. Auction closed then. Pass it back to you guys. I'm sure you've got some keen buyers who are keen to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jordan.
Well, thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here in the EVES auction room. Jordan Sivrite is my name. Absolute privilege and pleasure, as always, to conduct this afternoon's auctions. 42 Orange Lane. Jason Hill's over here. He's been marketing this property diligently as always. In a prestigious area set amongst a desert themed, and I had to check it wasn't dessert themed because I might be the interested buyer, but it's desert themed. Easy Care Grounds sits this wonderful offering for you, the buyers. Legally described as a freehold estate, being 653 square metres more or less. Record of title was SA 69B, folio 418. Settlement is set for 20 working days or by mutual agreement. The clause 23.0 of the further terms of sale refers to the building report, and the buyer acknowledges the as-is whereas nature of the purchase today. The chattels list is available on the screen. Any changes to those chattels there, Jason? No changes. There we go, folks. Bid and buy with confidence. The comfortable open plan living room and adjoining dining room with banks of doors stacking back to open the rooms up to a sensational north-facing courtyard garden. Perfect for entertaining. 3 double bedrooms comprising of built-in closets with the master having a heat pump and accessing an intimate courtyard of its own. With plentiful storage inside and out, an internal access double garage with parking for visitors and the boat, and situated in the highly sought after neighbourhood. Close to the expressway for rapid access to the CBD and the Mount, and handy also for the retail and leisure hub at the Tauranga crossing. 42 Orange Lane in Bethlehem here is now on offering for you, the buyers. Looking for a start now, if you will. First time I call it round the room, start me away if you will. Second opportunity here, folks, for what looks an absolute treat there in Bethlehem. Third time I call it now, look for a further rise now. Doesn't look like we've got the cash in the room on this one here, Jason, but I know our vendors are pretty motivated to get this one over the line and then change keys and hand over the keys. So we'll close the auction, but what are the vendor's instructions?
To price the property today at $969,000.
969. That's what it's going to take, folks. You could walk away with the keys, like I mentioned. $969,000 priced now. If you've got any interest, please go and see Jason. Give him a call. He's only too happy to have. Thank you. Thanks again for joining us, folks. We'll continue on now with 20 Silverton Road. Situated in the highly sought after Silverton Road, Waihee, this wonderful home awaits its new owners. And Steve and Bridget Cameron, well, they've been marketing this one up there in the Waihee region, and well, a pretty nice place to be marketing a property if you're asking my opinion. Legally described as a freehold estate, being 476 square metres more or less. Record of title was down as SA 61D Folio 932. Further terms of sale 23.0 advising you to, where to find further information on the Waihee mines and all that that entails. Settlement, well, that's down for 90 working days from the date of sale or other such date as mutually agreed on by both parties. And no changes to the channels list up there, Steve? Perfect, there we go, folks. Now, with a fresh new modern kitchen, you can cook up a storm in your new Waihee abode. The master bedroom has its own private deck, which provides relaxation at its finest. This home has a very large lounge and dining room heated by a heat pump or a wood fire on the chilly nights, which hopefully we're heading into some warmer, but it'll be there waiting for you when winter comes around again. And in the summer, well, that lounge slider out to that private deck to enjoy all of the sunshine on offer here. New carpets over plush underlay are just one of the new features of this lovely home. Close to town centre, being a mere stroll down to the shops. Well, folks, it could be all yours. If you're a buyer today, let me know and look for a starting offer on this one here at 20 Silverton Road, Waihee. Cash unconditional buyers, that's what the auction process offers you. Chance to beat the competition. Haven't quite finished their due diligence. I call it now, first time around the room. Second opportunity. Third time for an opening offer. Okay, Steve, doesn't look like we've got the cash on this one today either, but I know you've got some parties who will be very keen to hear from you. A little bit of further work, but I'm sure it won't be long before we see a sold second. Auction price, thank you. Thanks once again, ladies and gentlemen. 5C bar 6 Durham Street. Jay over here, he's been marketing this one out of our Lakes office. And well, it's apartment living in the heart of Tauranga. And that's exactly what we're offering you here. Legally described as a stratum estate in freehold, being principal unit 5C and accessory units 5C1 and 5C2 on DP 359795. All of this is comprised and described on the record of title 243258 of the South Auckland Land Registry. Further terms of sale 23.0 regarding the disclosure around the showers. Make sure you've been made aware of that one. And 20 working days is your settlement with a little bit of flexibility up the sleeve on that. Chattels list you'll see on the screen there. Just a relatively short list, but make sure you're fully aware of everything included in the sale today. Offering all the hallmarks of great real estate: location, convenience, security, water views and luxury style. This prestigious Kingsview apartment has been designed with family and friends in mind. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms allow ample space for comfortable family living, and entertaining is effortless with 2 spacious living areas plus a very generous balcony enjoying panoramic water views day and night. Perfectly positioned on the 5th floor with safe and secure access. The apartment has a practical internal layout, 2 garages, which provides you secure undercover parking, and residents have access to the complex's private gym and sauna. Located right in the heart of the Tauranga CBD, access to the Tauranga Domain Park, shops, restaurants and bars well, I'm sure you're all aware, are only a short stroll away. Buyers, start us away if you will, looking for an opening bid. Opening offer on this one here at 5C/6 Durham. First time I look for a start now, if you will. 700. Okay, then it's 700, then we'll move from there. Appreciate it. Again, a start's a start, so it's 700. I'm going to be looking for a rise of 100 on top of that from here. But at 700,000, we'll take it now. First time I call it at 700. Second opportunity. Third time now at 700,000. I'll look for a rise. Take us to 8 if you will. Okay, with the vendor then, sir, at 800,000. Second another 100 on top. 900,000, can I suggest? First time I call it now. Second opportunity, I seek another 100. At 800 with the vendor, just indicating you of what sort of direction you need to be heading. And we get a nod at 900, sir. We get a shake of the head. At 800 with the vendor, first, second, third time with the vendor, I seek another 100 on top. Can I suggest a 50, sir? Won't do it. Well, look, instructions at this level at 800, not quite where we need to be, and I'm sure you'd agree that central living in a place of this quality would be a little bit higher than that. So at 800, I seek it first, second, third and final time around the room. Happy to take a 50. 30, no, sorry, I need a 50 at this level. I need a 50 from here. At 800, first, second, third and final time. We got the 50. Thank you very much, sir. At 850,000 now I have it. At 850, and I seek another 50 on top at this juncture. But at 850, then we'll call it around the room. First time now at 850, up the back there. Second opportunity. Third time, if there's further interest in the room, this is your opportunity to let it be known. Well, look, sir, it looks like you're only cash buyer here in the room. My instructions say that you probably need to be a little bit north, but how about what we'll do is we'll pause the auction, have a little conversation, see if we can come to an agreement, but it looks like we may need to just pause this, have a little bit of a conversation. Jay, Craig, Trevor, buyers up the back there. Pausing the auction, we'll come back to it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll move our attention now to Welcome Bay and 183B Waitaha Road. Paul Walker, Janelle Cairns, you'll see them up the front over here. And it's a well-maintained family home in Welcome Bay that we offer you now. Legally described as a cross-lease, firstly an estate and fee simple as to an undivided half share of 893 square metres, more or less. Secondly, an estate and leasehold, all comprised and described in record title SA 47C, folio 245. Settlement is set for 97 days from the date of sale, with a little bit of flexibility on that as well. Chattels, any changes to the short chattels list up there? All as you can see and as documented. Now, as mentioned, a well-maintained and with a new balcony to boot, this home could make a great first home, next home, investment property to add to the portfolio. Well, that's really up to you what you want to do with it. Open plan living with a single garage, plenty of parking and storage, plus scope to add improvements to the property. This could represent great buying today. Comfortable family living with a great view from the deck out toward the Mount and Kaimai Ranges. Buyers, Welcome Bay, and I welcome the bids. If you'd like to bid and buy today, let it be seen, let me know. I look for a start now, if you will. Start us away here at 183B Waitaha Road. First time I call around then looking for a start. Second opportunity. Third time. Okay, it doesn't look like we've got the cash on this one today either, unfortunately, but I know you guys have got some phone calls to make. Busy, busy, busy as always, and just a little bit further work needed on this one here. We'll close the auction, pass it back to you guys. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, lot 13 this afternoon here, 11 Arnie Street in Paeroa. Well, it's a one-of-a-kind historical property. Moved onto the site from around the corner in 1916. I'm told it's the Old Vicarage residence, is that correct? Very, very cool home. If you haven't had the opportunity to see this, well, I suggest you look up some photos afterwards because it is an absolute beauty. Legally described, it's a fee simple estate being 1,050 square metres more or less, unique identifier SA41C folio 727. Settlement is down for 17 October 2022 or other such date as mutually agreed upon. Chattels list, well, again, a short list up on the screen there, you'll see it. No changes to those chattels, so there's what you bid and buy alongside what is described on the title. Now there has been a clauses added recently just to the finalised version there, 23.0, just around the extent with the vendor not being in occupation of the property and how the vendor warranties affect that, and 24.0, the parties acknowledge that the liability of the vendor under the agreement is basically limited because of the nature of the ownership there. So please make sure you have made yourself aware of the clauses in the contract. Finalised versions available outside for further and final perusal. The character, detail, charm, and history. Well, it's a historical treasure. Native timber throughout the home, a northerly aspect to capture the sun, fruit trees, roses, and a large flat lawn area. Well, they all add to the feel of this home. 3 extra large bedrooms, a separate lounge, a big kitchen, dining area. Historical category C allows for flexibility to the lucky new purchaser. Beautiful views of the Paeroa domain directly opposite with all of the ancient trees and grandstand. Set on a large corner site ripe for development with council approval. Walk to the heart of the antique capital of New Zealand with all of its cafes and vibrancy in less than 5 minutes away.
The other one is
Buyers, start us away. Look for a start now on 11 Arnie Street if you will. Start us away now. Looking for an open offer. We do have phone interest on this one here. Start us away, buyers. Look for it. First time. Second opportunity, I call it now. Third time I go around the room looking for a start. No. I'd suggest it probably needs to be a six start would be a fair and reasonable start here. 600,000, do we see it? First, second, third time. Where are we at? Buyer on the phone, any interest over here at 600? I'll take a 610 at this level. At 610, we'll go with 10, call it 10 on top. No, okay, well looks, gives you a little bit of an indication as to where value needs to be, but it doesn't look like we've got the cash. First, second, third and final time, I call it round the room. Okay, well look, doesn't look like we've got the cash for this one today, but I know you've got some strong conditional interest, so we'll be very keen to hear this is still available. Thank you very much, auction closed. Okay, thank you very much for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to go back to 5C/6 Durham Street quickly. Had a little negotiating. Buyers, can I confirm you've increased your offer up there to $852,000? Just a nod or approval of that. Thank you very much at $852,000. Looking for a further increment on top there at $852,000. Any further interest, I call it around the room. $900 would be the clear next obvious step. First time I call it now at $852,000. Look for a further rise now. Second opportunity, take us to $900. That's the next step we need to be on. Third time now I call it around the room at $852,000 up the back. Okay, well the value of this property, it's over 900,000. So vendor bid, clearly bid and placed at 900,000. And interest will need to be above that level then. I'll call it first, second, third time. Any further improvement on top of 900,000 then? Okay, look, passing the property in at 900,000 on the vendor bid there, and interest will need to be above this level there. Any interest on the property? All of our online viewers watching along, appreciate you being here. Give Jay a call, only too happy to help. He's worked very hard for his vendors on this one and continues to do so. Auction closed. Thank you very much. Well, thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this afternoon in EVES Auction Room. And it's been a pleasure to conduct the auctions for the second half of our afternoon anyway. We move to our final offering this afternoon, lot 14. It's 18B Panorama Drive in Welcome Bay. Debbie Bennett over here, she's been marketing this one, a very diligent job as always from Debbie, and I know she works very hard for her vendors. A 1930s character bungalow nestled perfectly into the northwest facing hillside on a large sunny site. Legally described as a freehold estate, being 6,507 square metres more or less. Record of title is SA 63D, folio 760. Page 14, further terms of sale, refers to the purchaser acknowledging receipt of the LIM report. Settlement is down as 97 days from the date of sale or other such date as mutually agreed upon. Chattel's list, you'll see it up there. No further changes to that. You've got the security system up there, just in an as-is condition. Otherwise, that is what you bid and buy for today. Fall in love with lifestyle living at an affordable level. This property is a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. If you have an urge to live sustainably, live off the land, here is your opportunity to get your hands in the soil, grow your own food, have some farmyard animals, and have the freedom and space to just run and explore. The weatherboard home was relocated onto the site in the late 1990s and has retained many of the original features, such as the high stud and the wooden floors, with so much potential on offer still for renovators to add value. Featuring rural views, glorious sunsets, a natural spring, and a couple of small paddocks, this property is the ideal first step into country living. All of this located just on the edge of urban life in Welcome Bay, and all the conveniences close by, of course, including the Waipuna Sports Grounds and local school bus services right to the gate. Look for a start on this one then, buyers. Start us away, 18B Panorama Drive. You tell us where you want to start it, but I call it now first time. Second opportunity, cash unconditional buyers, the ones who have conducted their due diligence here ahead of the competition. Second, third opportunity then. Looking for cash. Doesn't look like we've got it in the room today, Debbie. So look, what we're going to do, we'll close the auction. I know you've got some phone calls to make, but I'm sure it won't be too long before we see a sold sticker on the sign out the front. Wish you all the best. Auction closed. I'd just like to thank everybody today for being here and coming along, and of course our viewers on the live stream. Appreciate you tuning in. Close to 300 of you today, so do appreciate that, and we'll see you again next week for the EVES auctions. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you.